Hello, it's Guy Gemmer with your July 2021 Corrales real estate market update. And the Corrales market update was difficult to come by. And here's why. The market itself is much different than the rest of Albuquerque or Rio Rancho. And of course, you're saying, yeah, we know that. Well, typically what I do to pull a data set and to pull averages is to look at sale prices, to look at price per square foot, to look at days on market. Generally, I'm looking at square footages. And with that data, I'm usually able to create a pretty good report on what's happening in the marketplace. Corrales is different. Corrales is weird. It is what it is. And so I've had to be more technical than ever before. I keep saying that about what is happening in the real estate market and what's necessary of a broker. We have to be more technical. If we want good information, if we want to be well educated about what is happening in the market today, we have to be technical. We have to be thorough. And so what I've done here in the Corrales data set is I'm also looking at annual comparisons, 2020 to 2021, which I do typically as well, but I'm also looking at what's happening in terms of what's selling in its acreage and in the square footages. And so when we bring those variables in as well, we get a better picture of what's really happening in Corrales. Don't be discouraged by these numbers. Because Corrales is weird, it's gonna look a little bit off when we're looking at these averages, but I'm gonna point out to you something really, maybe not so obvious, but something that shows an obvious trend in an upward direction where values look as if they're headed downward. One thing I want to note, make sure everybody is aware of, is that in another video that I made, I did a data set of just Albuquerque and Rio Rancho, and that includes Corrales as well. When we take the whole of the marketplace, the increased value has exceeded 27% from June 2020 to June 2021. You can almost bet that if you are anywhere in Albuquerque, your value has increased by that much at a minimum. Knowing that, let's jump into the Corrales data. In June 2020, the average sale price for a home in Corrales is $655,305. In June 2021, the average sale price is $607,821. So that's a 7.25% decrease in average sale price, right? That's interesting information. In every video, I always say something interesting to note, or what I find really interesting about that is, what I find really interesting about this is that we've had a decrease in average sale price. However, we have seen an increase of 13.31% in price per square foot. So in June 2020, the average price per square foot was $202 a square foot. In 2021, the average price per square foot is $229.62. So we've seen an increase in price per square foot. I mentioned that I also looked at acreages, right? The sizes of the lots that have sold. So there were 10 houses that sold in 2020, 14 that sold in 2021. The average acreage in 2020 was 1.082, so almost 1.1 acres. In 2021, it was 1 acre flat is the average. So more property sold with smaller lots in 2021 than did in 2020. The other thing to note is that the average square footage in 2020 was 3,335 square feet. The average square footage in 2021 was 2,556. So almost 1,000 square foot difference, 13% higher in the price per square foot. Let that settle in. So while the prices have decreased because the homes are smaller, the price per square foot has increased. Additionally, homes in June of 2020 in Corrales were selling in 163 days. In June 2021, they're selling at an average of 19. So though the values show an average that is lower, 7.25% lower, all of the other data indicates that there's been an increase. So while Corrales is weird, one thing you know is that the value of your property in Corrales has increased since 2020, and it continues to go up slowly but surely, and values continue to rise in Albuquerque's marketplace. So, if you find that information helpful and maybe a little difficult to understand, you can always reach out to me to get the actual data set so you can see exactly what did sell. You can look through the pictures of the properties, etc. But if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or I upload a new video. And as always, share this content with anyone that you know that would benefit from it. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.